Unless the SEC steps in overnight or first thing tomorrow morning, we are seeing the first ever XRP ETF going live tomorrow. This is an important video that I want to talk to you guys about regarding the XRP token and look at the price action on this coin just hours after the Fed came out and lowered the federal interest rate, a catalyst that historically has driven the altcoin market up. XRP is an altcoin, one of the top altcoins. In fact, the third largest cryptocurrency currently in existence, excluding stablecoins. And this breakout that it's having out of this pattern is absolutely textbooks. A breakout, a bullish retest, and a bounce. Could this be the moment ahead of the launch of this XRP ETF, where we see XRP have a massive surge up to a new high, taking the $4 price level in a hurry? Well, this is something I want to talk about in this video. There are a lot of bullish factors lining up right now, but I do have a warning in the short term regarding the price action for XRP and the crypto market. Looking for a potential opportunity to accumulate more before this surge could be possible. Let's talk a little bit about it in this video. Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody, guys. I am Crypto Kip. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and enjoy this technical pattern, this wedge with a breakout and a bullish retest. This red circle I had drawn here was right here. I moved it so you guys could see the chart nicely, but I was calling for a potential textbook bullish retest off this range, and a fantastic trading opportunity is what I saw that as a potential bounce ahead of the FOMC was possible. We did see that, and we saw a little bit of a retracement after that, and then continuation to the upside. We could be looking at a potential breakout and the news of the XRP ETF. Let's get to that right now. Ask Google and look at the facts. Is an XRP spot ETF going live tomorrow? The answer is no. But wait, I thought you said an ETF was going live tomorrow. I did, but I want to point something out for you guys. This is not a spot ETF yet, but in October, we could be seeing a spot ETF going live for XRP. No, this is the first ever ETF, not a spot ETF. So the natural next question might be, well, what is the difference? Well, unlike a typical spot ETF, these products often operate under the Investment Act of 1940, allowing them to bypass direct SEC approval hurdles. They're a hybrid, holding a combination of direct XRP and other assets. Okay, so there was a 75-day approval window that was lingering for this, and that is due tomorrow. And as long as the SEC doesn't step in, a XRP ETF, not a spot ETF, but the Rex Osprey ETF will be the first of its kind. This says spot ETF, but I think AI is messing up. Because tomorrow is this. The Rex Osprey XRP. AI does make mistakes, so be careful out there, guys. But what is the difference between an XRP spot ETF and the ETF going live tomorrow? The Rex Osprey XRP ETF is structured slightly different by holding a mix of spot XRP shares of other XRP ETFs and other digital assets, derivatives, cash, and treasuries to create jargon. What is an XRP spot ETF? An XRP spot ETF would typically hold the actual XRP tokens. Now, I want to remind you guys, the spot Bitcoin ETF was the big catalyst for Bitcoin, just as I believe the spot XRP ETF could be a huge catalyst for XRP. What is the ETF going live tomorrow? The Rex Osprey XRP ETF. Again, some spot XRP and other assets like cash, derivatives, and XRP related ETFs. So what am I saying here? Is this not a bullish thing? No, this is very bullish for XRP, and a Dogecoin ETF is going live tomorrow. And I think Blacksea is recording a video for you guys on that one tomorrow, because that's probably going live tomorrow as well. But in this video, let's talk about this XRP ETF. Not a spot ETF, but still an ETF. This is a huge story for the XRP holders, and it comes at a very bullish time for crypto. Bitcoin's holding support after the Fed Chair Jerome Powell came out and lowered the interest rate. Now, as we see the volatility and the chop in these markets, what I've been doing is I have been trading these markets. If you look in the description of this video, and you can do it right now as you're listening, there are links for affiliate links for exchanges. These are exchanges that I use to trade personally, Bit10x and Blowfin, up to a $100,000 deposit bonus on Bit10x and a up to $5,000 deposit bonus on Blowfin. And when I do trading on these exchanges, I am looking for levels of support and resistance and news stories that create volatility. And the Fed rate cuts, historically speaking, are a bullish catalyst for the crypto market. On the news of the Fed announcement, we actually saw a little bit of a dip in crypto and in the stock market, and we've seen a little bit of a rally back. Headlines were coming out. Stocks closed mixed as Fed cuts rate for the first time in 2025. The top of this headline was NASDAQ slip as Federal Reserve ushers the first rate cut of 2025. This was a very historic day for markets. Rate cuts are a very significant event. And we saw the Fed policy also be hinted that there are 2 more cuts coming later this year, up to 50 basis points cut throughout the end of the year. This could be coming very, very soon. And also understanding that, how bullish these markets are on top of the rate cuts, we had a Bitcoin statue of the president put up in Washington, D.C. today. Yes, this is real. This is very real. Ask Grok, is it real? The answer is yes, it was real, but it was put up by crypto investors, and it was just temporary, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Still, very significant time for crypto, and XRP is one of the first altcoins outside of, well, Bitcoin's not an altcoin, but you have Bitcoin that has its a ETF and a spot ETF. Ethereum has ETFs and a spot ETF. XRP and Doge are going to be the first 2 other cryptocurrencies outside of Bitcoin and ETH to get ETFs. It's very significant. Now, I'm not that surprised, again, because these are huge coins. XRP is the 3rd largest cryptocurrency, and Dogecoin is the 8th. It's crazy that Doge, the meme, is getting listed as an ETF, but it sounds like it's coming. And XRP is right now sitting at a $180 billion market cap. How high can it go? I think that XRP in this bull market could maybe even reach the $5 or $10 price level. Who knows? These prices could be going higher. I am not a financial advisor. Nothing here I ever say is financial advice, my friends, but understand that this is a bullish catalyst. But here's my warning. September, though it is green right now for Bitcoin, we're seeing Bitcoin up 6.5% this month. The average gains for Bitcoin is actually a loss of 3%. What am I saying? The Fed rate cuts are very bullish. This is the most bullish time for crypto. A Bitcoin presidential statue is unveiled in D.C. for a temporary period amount of time today. And the Fed's cut rate. There's been a lot of optimism. These rate cuts could have been priced into the market. And though we held on and saw a little bit of a pump for altcoins today, Solana's higher than it was last week. XRP's up a little bit today as well. We could be getting a dip. Now, if we get a dip, what would that look like for XRP? It could just be that XRP bounces off the $3 price level, the $2.94-ish price level again. It could be that it comes back down to $2.69. It just depends if Bitcoin really slips. Now, there is a chance here, guys, that when these ETFs go live, though, and here's the bullish side of it, that it does send the price of XRP booming. Rate cuts are very bullish. The news in crypto is very bullish, but this news for XRP is monumental for this coin, and we could see this thing absolutely surge tomorrow. Is it as significant as a spot ETF where the holdings in the ETF are spot ETH XRP tokens? No, but it is still a very bullish story for XRP. I do believe in a $10 XRP. I think that it could even see higher prices than that. But I also believe that the end of this year could be a beautiful bull market for Bitcoin and altcoins. And just going on the historical moves of this market, from lows to highs, a bull market for Bitcoin lasts about 1,078 days. And we are currently 1,029 days into this thing, which means that we could have 30 to 40 days left in this bull market. Think about that, guys. October is historically a bullish month. November is historically a bullish month. Maybe we continue into November and possibly even into December because there will be rate cuts coming in October and December. And remember, these are bullish catalysts. But a lot of people are predicting a potential dip at some point in Q1 or after Q1 of 2026. That is coming up. But it is also true that an XRP ETF is coming up. This is a very bullish time for crypto. But there will be profit taking, in my opinion, at some point. So what you need to do, in my opinion, is gather as much information as possible, study these markets, learn technical analysis, understand the market cycles, and learn about the fundamental bullish things that are going on right now in the world surrounding crypto, like this Bitcoin statue unveiled in the Capitol, and the Fed rate cuts, which are also very bullish. But also understand that if these things go parabolic, there will probably be not only retail investors that are going to be taking profit, people that were holding XRP at 50 cents and ride it up to 10 bucks or $5 or wherever it goes to, but there's also going to be institutions that put millions, if not billions of dollars into these cryptocurrencies, including XRP with the ETFs coming, that if this thing goes up, they will probably be shuffling some profits. Now, there's no telling if this is a true 4-year cycle or if this is some kind of super cycle, but let me be very clear. I personally am quite bullish on XRP, and I think this is a very huge story coming tomorrow. The headlines will be out tomorrow. XRP ETF live. This is what I see. This is the evidence that I'm looking at. Remember, guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. But as you track these markets, if you want to participate in these markets and trade, you can check out some of the affiliates and the sign-up bonuses in the description, pinned in the comments of this video down below to trade XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, whatever your favorite coins are. You can trade these markets as we see the chop on news stories like this, and that's exactly what I continue to intend to do, alongside the holding portfolios that I've had for these crypto tokens that I've been accumulating since the lows of the bear market, anticipating these days. Now, if you're new to crypto, you can subscribe to this channel to continue to learn more about this asset class. We talk about it every day, a variety of the crypto tokens. We love crypto, and we're going to keep putting out content for you guys. So subscribe for more content, smash a like, subscribe to the channel. DCA HODL, I got 2 days for you right here if you want to check them out, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace, y'all.